Welcome back to ScaleSpeedworks. My name's Mike. Today, in this episode of Classic Kit Review, we're going to be taking a look at the first generation Ford Taurus SHO. I'll cover a brief history of the car, then we'll dive into the kit itself. Thanks for stopping by today, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Classic Kit Review. Let's get started. Introduced in 1985 for the 1986 model year, the Ford Taurus was launched to strong fanfare and sales. At the time of the Taurus's debut, Ford was making a transition to front-wheel drive. The aerodynamic design of the Taurus, along with a front-engine, front-wheel drive architecture, made the car more fuel efficient, allowing Ford to meet increasingly stringent fuel economy standards. Initially launched as a four-door, five-passenger sedan, and later a five-door wagon, the first-generation Taurus could be optioned with either an inline four-cylinder or a 3.5-liter V6 engine. A 5-speed manual transmission came standard with the inline four until it was discontinued in 1988 in favor of the more popular automatic transmission. Between 1992 and 1996, the Ford Taurus was a best-selling car in America. In 1984, before the Taurus even hit the showroom floor, Ford was already looking for a performance version of its Taurus sedan. Lacking the internal resources for the project, Ford turned to Yamaha to develop, produce, and supply a compact V6 engine. The dual overhead cam 3.0-liter engine was a high-tech and revolutionary design when it debuted in 1988. It consisted of an iron block and aluminum heads with an innovative and unique variable length intake manifold. Originally intended as a limited production model, the Ford Taurus Super High Output SHO was the high-performance variant of the standard Taurus. The SHO was produced from the 1989 to the 1999 model years. Initially, the SHO was only available with a manual transmission and became the only Taurus to offer one since a four-cylinder manual transmission combo was discontinued earlier that model year. An automatic transmission wasn't offered in the SHO until 1993 in an effort to lure more buyers. SHO models accounted for about 4.5% of the Tauruses sold in the 1989 model year. AMT released the 1/25th scale Ford Taurus as a new tool in 1988. In all, AMT released no fewer than 6 iterations of this kit in 5 years. 3 kits were released under the Taurus SHO moniker, while 3 others were released with police livery, including a California Highway Patrol Edition, a Robo 1 kit from the movie RoboCop 2, and a Rescue 911 kit. All iterations of the police cars featured push bumpers, a light bar, a prisoner divider, and other police equipment, along with the SHO 3.0-liter V6. The RoboCop Robo 1 was re-released in 2003 and featured updated box art.
I'd buy that for $1.
Now that we have a little background of the car and the kit history, let's dive in and take a look. So let's take a look at the Ford Taurus SHO. This is obviously the California Highway Patrol livery edition. Side of the box. Two different options, Highway Patrol or New York State Police. Let's take a look inside, see what we got. Body, at the interior in there. Let's take that out. The interior looks alright. Nothing to write home about there. Body looks okay. Obviously some flash to clean up around there. Molded in detail looks halfway decent. Now this is one thing I am disappointed about. Here in the box, you can see the grill. It's an open slotted grill. That was available on some of these high performance models, the SHO models. Really disappointed AMT didn't open up that grill right there, but it's alright. They do provide a decal for it. Glass looks pretty clear. Before we get into that, let's take a look at the decals. Decals look pretty sharp. There you can see the decals number 7 and 8 for either side of the headlights to open up the grille. Instructions look a little yellowed. Typical AMT instructions. There's the Yamaha SHO V6. And there's not much to it. Instructions are actually very, very basic for this car. Let's open up the clear parts, or the trees over here, the other trees. Let's see what we get. Set that aside. Chassis, a little bit of molded in detail there. Looks okay. Set that aside. Bumper. It's hard to see, but there you go. SHO stamped in the rear bumper. Wheel backs. Some other parts. Here's the lower front valence. Again, kind of disappointed that these aren't opened up. Oh well. Hood seats. Seats actually look pretty decent. Dashboard. Molded in gauges, and unfortunately there's no decal for those, so those will have to be painted. Tires look halfway decent. There's a very, very apparent seam line in the middle. The tires do say Goodyear Eagle VR50, so nice wide and low profile tires for the era. Alright, here's the next tree, the engine, radiator, suspension, exhaust. Looks like a little chin spoiler maybe. Here's all the police parts. Really convenient for AMT. They put them all on one tree. That way they can either toss it in or leave it out. So you got the divider. There's an AR-15, a shotgun, radar, police radio, the two bumperette push bars right there, and the center console. Got some lights, molded in red and blue. Yeah. And there's actually a, look at that, more clear parts. So for the light bars and then the prisoner divider. That's cool. Let's look at the chrome tree. Let's take this out of the packaging real quick. Chrome tree, stock wheels or hubcaps. We got some custom ones, and then they say these are for the police. Chrome actually looks really good. I like it. More light bar parts, chrome valve covers, another light bar part here, another light bar part. These are all light bar parts. The intake manifold has some texture to it. That's kind of weird. Oh well. Brakes? Possibly. Brakes. Anyway. The rest of the chrome looks really nice. Yeah, kind of... Yeah, you know what? The texture on the intake manifold, it actually looks okay. It's just around the exterior and not on the intake runners in the interior. So, there you go. That's the kit. I'm not going to be building this on my channel anytime soon, but I wanted to give you guys an overview so you can see what's in the box on this classic kit review. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one.